r/ask Reddit. What do you genuinely not understand? How perfect strangers make small talk, and how they know when to end the conversation without it dragging on awkwardly. When there is a lull in the conversation, just say alrighty, well I need to go do XXXX. I hope you have a great day, and then walk away. Nothing. Like the whole concept of nothing boggles my mind. What was here before our universe? Nothing. What's in between the atoms of our bodies? Nothing. What's for dinner? Nothing. I just don't get it. As weird as it sounds, we actually don't have any concrete examples of nothing. Even if you examine an area of empty space, you find that you still have something there. How people believe 5G causes coronavirus. Saw some lady on our local news station's Facebook page going off about that. 5G is 10,000 times the power of 4G. Coronavirus has already caused testicle problems in men akin to high doses of radiation. I'm not going to reveal my sources. I did my research. Do your own. The process of thought. How we can make so many decisions in a split second. Internal dialogue is crazy. Does everyone have the same sort of inner thoughts? Do animals have internal dialogue? When I think about it, it blows my mind. Oh man, I had a ducking existential crisis recently when I started thinking about how my thoughts just popped into my head and I actually have no control of what I think. Like I don't decide to think something, I just do. How the duck do brains even work? Do I even have free will? Am I just a biological machine running calculations based on previous experience? Not to get too crazy, but man, this shit weirds me out whenever I think of it. Guys that hit each other in the nuts for fun. WTF is with that? I watched an interview with Steve-O and he says fans want him to kick them in the nuts and are so happy and thank him when he does. I think it's more the hitting that's supposed to be fun, not the being hit. Obviously it's a bit different with asking Steve-O cause he's famous from Jackass. The person wants a cool story. Steve-O kicked me in the balls. An important note. When hitting your mates in the balls, you're supposed to do it lightly. It's about the reaction, not trying to cause them permanent damage. Of course that might happen accidentally anyway, but people doing it don't generally realize that. How the global economy runs. There's a room with different options arranged in a circle on the floor, and every time some decision has to be made, some important people cut off a chicken's head and drop it onto the circle. The chicken walks around while a kazoo plays. Whichever option the chicken lands on is the correct decision. As far as I know, a long chain of someone wanting something from somewhere else. I'm a physics teacher and I'm embarrassed to say that despite reading several explanations, I still don't understand how batteries work. Specifically, if one end of the battery basically houses excess electrons and the positive side has a dearth of electrons, why doesn't connecting two batteries but not in a closed circuit cause half of each battery to drain? When people who are blind since birth talk about that they do not even see black, it's like nothingness. I mean, they also don't know what black is if they've been fully blind since birth. They have no benchmark of black to compare what they see to. Also, how do they even know what seeing is to know that they see nothing? Like there is no way of even explaining to them what seeing is, and we have no way of knowing if they can fathom what seeing is. Any kind of abuse, I have no idea how you can't hit someone something without a huge amount of guilt. Traffic. You sit on the highway driving 3 miles per hour thinking must be a wreck ahead, then you get clear of the traffic and there was never any clear reason or cause for the traffic. People change lanes and those in the new lane have to slow down to accommodate. Snowballs from there. It's a vicious cycle of tailgating and braking suddenly, along with lane changes, as other comments said. I've noticed that when I leave huge gaps, drive slowly to avoid braking if possible, I can cruise at 10 miles per hour through traffic almost never stopping. If everyone did that, I think traffic would be greatly reduced. Regrettably, most people suck. Most of the humor of popular YouTubers, they literally just scream, make dumb faces and do goofy dances. Don't see how that appeals to anyone over the age of 10. A lot of popular YouTubers are making content for an audience of children, to be fair. I don't understand a child's sense of humor then. Quantum mechanics. That shit is whack. I was always great at math, went to college and am a physics major. Motion of objects, Crush it. Relativity? Really interesting. Quantum mechanics? Okay, sure. So I just do the wait. So this equation represents the that's not it. Okay. What about? No. Wrong again. I am now a lawyer. I've always admired people who are great at maths. Honestly, even simple stuff was hard for me. I speak 4 languages and learning my 5th, but ask me to do a small, logical mathematical problem and I am lost. When the cashier asks me to give them a cent so they give me back $1, it's like you could be asking me to disarm a bomb. I was really good at maths at school until year 10 when we hit a topic called numbers and proof. It was about proving that the answer to an equation was definitely right. I think. I don't really know. Because I never understood a single thing the teacher said that whole term. People who inflate their cheeks when they're underwater. Because they think holding their breath means fighting to keep it in. Highly motivated people. You know the internal demon you have to fight to get something done? It's the opposite for overmotivated people. It's like when you're not completing tasks, you've ruined your day and it eats you up inside. That's a really good description. It's hard to just do nothing. Like insanely hard. I feel like I've always got to be working through a list of things, otherwise I'm dying inside. I've taken up a lot of handicraft type hobbies. Knit, crochet, embroidery, because it lets me calm myself and stop moving on some level. The phrase happy as a clam. How the duck could you tell if a clam is happy? It's short for happy as a clam at high tide. At high tide, clams have practically no predators and they emerge from their shells to feed and roller skirt. How anyone learns to read, when I try to break it down it just seems so crazy and impossible. See this shape? It sounds like this, or like this, or sometimes like this. Actually, sometimes it doesn't make any sound at all. Got it? Great. Now here's 25 more of them. But 4-year-olds are doing it. Insane. I've always wondered how English speaking kids learn to read. In my native language, Finnish, each letter represents only one sound. English speaking kids and or teachers must have some superpowers. How that was not a headshot. Game's rigged from the start. Bitcoin. No matter how it's explained to me. Why the Kardashians are famous and popular. I used to think people watched their show to laugh at how trashy they are. Turns out most viewers actually aspire to be them. Mankind is weird. That weird ringing randomly in my ear, like a TV just turning on or something. Tinnitus, my friend. Chemistry. I genuinely have no idea how atomic layers or molecule diagrams work and no explanation I have ever had has helped. Please do not send me any explanations. Thank you. The 4th dimension. What the actual heck? I read an r/explain Likim 5 thread but it still doesn't help. Foot fetish. Boggles the mind. Long nails shaped like talons is an attractive thing. WTF about them is attractive in any way? Just thinking about life and the universe. Like where do we go after we die? Why are we here? Thinking about the universe and how big it is in space and time? Black holes? Why are here generally and what's our purpose? If there are other life forms in different galaxies? Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.